I told some of my family and my very closest friends that this event was going to be somewhat anticlimactic. How could having an installation service for a second term as WRJ President ever compare to the first installation? How could that first experience ever be replicated? And how could we ever recreate the feeling of sharing all of that with family, friends, and colleagues? Surely this was going to be a letdown. Well, I'm standing here to tell you that I was completely wrong. Completely and totally wrong, and my kids are probably saying I've never said that before. This has been a remarkable occasion, and an installation service that is so incredibly special. How many people get to experience this kind of a happening twice in one lifetime? So please allow me to express my gratitude to a few people who have contributed to this day and who play such a significant role in not just this afternoon, but in the past 2 years that I've served as your president, and really in my whole life as a Jewish woman. My rabbi, Jamie Gibson, in case you haven't noticed, is a very special man. Thank you for this incredibly beautiful service and your amazing words. But really, more importantly, thank you for what you provide to me for 364 days of the year, every year. Your constant support, your insightful guidance, your wisdom as a teacher and a rabbi, your open door, open phone line, and even though it's not your favorite, your open email, and your friendship. I am blessed, truly blessed. And oh, one more thing. Thank you for the role that you play as the head of the family of families of Temple Sinai in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I would like the members of my families of Temple Sinai to just stand quickly where you are. Just stand. This is pretty amazing. I am kind of sure that we are the largest congregational delegation in this entire biennial, and I am incredibly proud to be one member of this family. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. So on the subject of family, I promised my personal family that I would not do the last but not least concept with them. I'm really pleased that there are so many people in this room who know and have met much of my extended family. Many people in this room are aware that my family is incredibly connected, that we capitalize on absolutely every occasion that we can be together, which ironically is why every single one of them, the entire clan, more than 20, are not with us tonight. Not everyone. We were all together in October when we celebrated my parents' 65th wedding anniversary. That's 6-5. My parents are both well and happy and currently in the warm Florida sunshine. And we were all together just a few weeks ago at Thanksgiving to celebrate my daughter Jessica's engagement. And now she and Juan are back in Santiago, Chile, where they live. But I do have very, very important members of my family here. My sons, Ethan and Aaron, my daughter-in-law, Sage, and my soulmate, Dale. Even I sometimes get at a loss for words, and I really am at a loss for words to describe the feeling of sharing this experience, this Shabbat, and this entire assembly with you. I know that I've said this before, but I want to take this very public venue to reiterate that there are no awards or accolades that anyone could give me that equal the joy of having each of you in my life, to share all the ups and the downs and the in-betweens. And I love you all very much. Family, 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 family. This entire room is really the family of the Reform movement. Everyone in this room is here to participate in, to excel with, and to support the women of Reform Judaism. Our retiring board members who are seated out here, our incoming board members, and on this dais is a group of women, WRJ leaders past, current, and future, that is a family in so many ways. We, as WRJ leaders, are connected in spirit and in vision and in day-to-day conversations. In fact, I'm guessing that many of our biological families would acknowledge that we spend more time with each other than we do with them. But that is a subject for another whole speech on the value of all of the support that we are given. This family of women is simply amazing. Blair Marks, you are a partner extraordinaire. I really cannot thank you enough for all of your support, for the very late-night phone calls, your clear vision, your insight, your dedication, and on top of all that, you have the voice of an angel. You do. Our WRJ past presidents, who model daily the values of friendship, of caring, and of sisterhood. And Roseanne, my friend, and our immediate past president, whose level of commitment to WRJ and to me is unparalleled. Thank you for everything you do. Robin Cohen and Marla Feldman. Where's Robin? Show me where you are. Okay. Much has been said in these past few days about transition and realizing our many dreams. We, as the lay leaders of this organization, could never function alone. Stronger Together is epitomized by the cooperation with all of us, by the incredible WRJ staff. And most especially our executive director. Robin, you came into our lives at a time of huge transition, and you have excelled in every possible way. WRJ has not treaded water, and we have not marched in place. We have moved forward in accomplishments and in a vision for our future. And I thank you for becoming part of our family and for becoming one of my sisters. Marla, you are also coming into WRJ and heralding a transition. And we all welcome you. And I look forward with great eagerness as we continue to move WRJ towards its next century and to strengthen the bonds of friendship and sisterhood professionally and personally. So Mazel Tov and welcome to WRJ's family. And to the newly installed WRJ officers and executive committee, to my sisters, Mazel Tov to all of you, each and every one of you. I thank you for everything that you have done and for all we're going to do together in these next 2 years. I think that every single person in this audience today has gotten a glimpse into the family life of WRJ. And I hope that everyone has a sense of where we find our sisters and of how we embrace our sense of sisterhood. Family is enduring through good times, through trying times, through decades and through centuries. Families celebrate their milestones. Families work together to accomplish shared goals. Families on a day-to-day basis discuss, disagree, negotiate, and collaborate. I believe that our foremothers, since the inception of NFTS in 1913, had this vision of enduring family. I imagine that our founding members had dreams and plans. I feel sure that they visualized ways to connect the women of this movement, to educate future rabbis, even when they were just men then, ways to connect our Jewish brothers and sisters around the world before the existence of the State of Israel or the Soviet Union, let alone a former Soviet Union, and ways in which to strengthen progressive Jewish voices. I also feel fairly confident that everyone did not share every dream in the same way or in the ways to realize those dreams. I can imagine quite a lot of discussion and negotiation. But I also feel certain that our WRJ foremothers did have one vision. I am confident that they believed that in 2012, on the brink of celebrating our 100th anniversary, the women of the Reform movement would be functioning, would be united, and would be working to strengthen progressive Jewish voices. During these next 2 years, WRJ will be engaged in the process of looking back at our storied and impressive history. We will remember our foremothers and mark the milestones of the past century. We'll toast our accomplishments. We'll recount and recall the contributions to our reform movement, and it is going to be glorious and exciting. But more importantly, we will engage in the process of looking forward. Just as the women who came before us planned and programmed and built for all of us, we must continue to plan and program and build for the generations to come. Just as the women of NFTS understood that there would be a centennial celebration, I trust that in 100 years from now, a bicentennial will be in the works. And it is our obligation, this generation, to continue that process. Each new set of leaders, professional staff, members, and partners must be engaged in the building process. We strengthen one another, and in turn, we strengthen this movement. It's no understatement to say that we're impacting our future. WRJ will absolutely celebrate our centennial in 2013. There's no doubt of it. But I believe that the most important purpose of a retrospective is to determine how we will be forward-thinking. Our mandate for these next 2 years, in addition to planning and enjoying our centennial celebrations, is to energize, invigorate, and activate every woman connected to our reform movement. We, the women in this room, and the men in this room as well, we understand the value of that undertaking. We know where to seek our sisters, and we know the necessity for having that community. We embrace the values of sisterhood. Let's pledge to join our hands and our hearts and the collective power of our heads to work towards that goal. Let's ensure together that the second century of this phenomenal organization is as powerful and transformative as the first century has been. I am blessed and honored to serve as WRJ President for these past 2 years. And I'm a little bit awed by the recognition that I will be serving for the next 2 years as we prepare and celebrate for our centennial. but I pledge to continue to work hard to earn your confidence. And I thank you for the trust that you've placed in me and for the trust that you place in WRJ. And I know that as we go out seeking our sisters, seeking WRJ and our community, that we will find them. I know that together we will shepherd Women of Reformed Judaism into the next glorious era. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Thank you.